So I feel like this has been a minute.
Cheers. It's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Where you been all my life?
But internet magic will be like, this was 5 minutes ago from when I watched the last one. Mm-hmm. Welcome to Coffee and Childbirth.
That's right. Welcome.
Dr. Kelsey.
Oh, and Dr. Justine.
Dr. Justine.
Or Dr. Rhee. Everybody knows me as Dr. Rhee.
Yeah, Dr. Rhee.
Yeah.
I am a physical therapist by trade, and I work with moms and babies in their homes.
Yes. And I am a chiropractor, and I exclusively see women and children as well for all kinds of conditions.
All the things. We are multi-passionate, you might say, in diagnoses. I feel like I usually say population dependent.
Yeah.
Versus like, oh, I see a lot of people for their hip, or I see a lot of people for their shoulder.
Yeah,
and we're like, we see this person in this group.
Yep.
Because whatever is likely going on in there is we would either refer or we can support.
Yes, I agree. So how have you been? Because we haven't seen each other in this particular setting.
Yeah, I think we had a lighting thing. We had a scheduling thing.
Yep.
I think it was like 2 weeks that we weren't able to do this. Mm-hmm. Good. It's kind of like temperature wise right now. This is being recorded in August,
yes.
But
late August.
It's like not 100.
Right. So it's not hell outside.
And I'm kind of nervous it's gonna boomerang a little bit before because I know it's not gonna get cold until
I'm still new.
October.
So I feel like
we have like a full month.
Like this was like apparently the monsoon, which I kind of got a taste of it last year. But then this year, everybody's telling me this is nothing.
This is not, it has not been as wet
as
it was last year. Yeah.
But I got poured on a couple of days ago.
Which I don't know. I like that.
It's because of where you grew up.
Probably.
I'm in sunny, like sunny California, just sunshine, except for 2 months.
Yeah.
Of the year. And then you grew up in
Seattle, Washington.
Which is the opposite.
Like, there's 20 different kinds of rain. It's not just one type of rain. There's like mist, raining a lot, raining a little. Is it cold? Is it rainy or is it warm?
None of that applies.
So
we just get a little rain.
But it's funny because Phil, my husband, was also born and raised there. And he is like, I could have none of it. I prefer to have none of it. Like, I think
he likes the desert.
He likes the desert. He likes California. I think he should have been born here. Or in
here? Like in Las
California.
Vegas? Oh, like Southern California?
Yeah.
Because it's Northern California is different.
Yeah.
Northern California is probably more, it's closer to like Seattle-ish, I would say.
Yeah.
You know?
So I've been good, just like different changes like that. I think the people always ask like, oh, do you see only, like, what do you see the most of? And I'll go through waves. Like you were saying, like, what kind of clients have I been seeing?
Yeah.
I'll go through waves where it's a lot of babies.
Okay.
And then I'll have a lot of moms. And it interspersed throughout that, there will be the dual, like the mom and the baby together.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's a lot. It's not always like one type.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
Okay.
What about you? Do you feel like this summer or just like
recently? Well, summer's been it's interesting because my first like full summer here for me, I feel like I really it's like last summer I was here, but I was like kind of like just starting out and
at a different place.
Very different.
Here we're at a different office.
Yeah, at a different office. I started here June, so I guess I was here kind of summer, but it was just like
but
I was just like
seeing clients at
like I was, but it was like 1-2 a day kind of deal. But I was still setting things up and didn't know exactly how I wanted to move around the office. And I didn't even have the x-ray room at that point. A lot of my patients don't know that I have an x-ray room.
That's true.
Until they get one, right? So a lot of my moms, because most of them are now starting out with me with the care being pregnant.
Right.
So I don't do x-rays when they're pregnant.
Right. It's pregnancy and then also like obviously, infants.
Yeah.
So like what's the youngest again?
Oh,
that
like
would be for an x-ray?
Like if they are born, then they can come right away if they want to.
No, I know. X-ray.
Oh, for x-rays? So typically 8 to 9 years old is like when I start.
Yeah. So
but if there's a condition,
specific
condition where I'm like, nope, we definitely need to know what's going on in there. Then I can do as early as like 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
But it really depends on how they cooperate during, because it's like it's hard to stand still even for an adult.
The instructional part of it. That's why with like people ask like, oh, do you give exercises to kids? And I'm like, I mean, not until they're really ready, which is again like you said, 4 or 5 kindergarten age type is when
comprehension
it's really,
level,
because what they're following 1-step direction or following 2 steps directions. I mean, that is even for adults sometimes.
Speaking of x-ray too, like I've had situations where not that long ago actually, it was you saw him, he was in a walker. So that was probably a really tough like situation. He was in a walker, or not a walker, it's a walker but for gait trainer yes. And he was not quite 4 years old. But he had shunts and stuff, so I needed to make sure like where everything was, but also his spine, and he's thriving, he's doing really great, by the way. Good. So anyway, so like that was probably the hardest x-ray.
And a shunt, for people who may not know, is you're talking about like
from the brain
to the spinal fluid to drain the fluid.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. But anyways, today's topic.
I
would love to learn more about what makes your practice, Dr. Kelsey.
I feel like we need, so now that we have Nazar, we're going to pop in some of that exciting game show music.
Right, Maple?
That was where the game show music would slide right in.
This is why we need a producer. So like, cue music.
Can you imagine someone trying to produce us, though?
Oh, God.
I mean, I would feel...
I think it would be...
terrible for them.
It would be really fun, and then all of a sudden you will not be fun. Like, I feel like that's what's going to happen. What do you think, Maple?
Yeah.
Why are you getting uncomfortable all of a sudden? You were just fine.
She heard music. She wants to dance.
So I want to know more about what makes your practice unique than other
I always think
PT
of,
practice.
when people say unique, I think of Unique New York from Anchorman when they're doing like this practice, when they're like, Unique New York.
Yes, unique. Yes.
What I feel like makes my practice different or unique, I think when we just a few minutes ago, when we had like broached that being the topic, I think previously, if you would have asked me at the beginning of when we did this, like at the beginning of when we started to film things last year.
Okay. Like way in the beginning.
If you asked me then, I think I would be like, it's seeing moms and babies together, which...
That makes it unique, you're saying?
Makes it unique.
Okay.
But I think that what is beyond that is that I am not a traditional physical therapist. So I think of myself more as a coach than coach for moms and babies. So coach for the mother to support her in both of those arenas versus being like, okay, you're only a physical therapist that sees you in this environment, and then I give you a sheet of paper, what people think of as that. Give you a sheet of paper, and we both agree that you're going to do it, and then we hope and pray, and it's kind of awkward if some life gets in the way and it doesn't happen. Because I think the support that I offer in the whole realm, so like I'm going to ask you honestly, how much time do you feel like you have to do this per day?
To the patient.
I'm like, do you have 10 minutes? Do you have 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Do you have an hour?
Yeah.
And you don't have to lie to me.
Yeah.
You can be very honest with me. Because the only way that you're going to get to where your results that you want are if we know accurately what's happening.
The expectation management.
And so I think that's something that I would have said, like the mom and baby thing is unique. Yes. But the results driven part is where I'm going to ask you those questions, or I'm going to see your child in daycare if that's what's needed. Or I'm going to help you train your nanny or your au pair or your mother-in-law on these exercises to support what we're doing. Like this week I had a daycare visit and I had a at-home nanny visit amongst my other visits. But it was like, I don't train dogs though. I'm not very good. I think she sees Jared doing the wires.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Just relax. Like, this is your position.
This is your place.
What's happening? What's going on?
Her arm. What is her arm?
What is going on?
Oh, I think she wants her hand back. Your arm back.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, is that better?
She's telling you. We'll have a dog psychic on in the next.
That was so weird. She was like doing this weird thing. Okay.
So that's what I think is unique, is that we will put together an actual plan in your home with what you have, asking you the honest questions so that you get the results, because that's more than the diagnosis. And that also could evolve over time.
Yeah.
So if I'm starting to see you weekly and I'm seeing you weekly,
yeah,
we will taper, because that is what is going to truly test whether you can do this or not.
Yes.
So it's like, I even had, was it this week? Yeah, it was this week too. A client who was I asked her, okay, where are you at percentage wise?
Is this like a new patient?
No, I've been seeing
established
her for,
patient.
Yeah,
okay.
3 to 4 visits now. I was like, where do you feel like you're at percentage of recovery? Like, are you with your specific complaint? And she said 80%. I said, okay, good. Tell me more about what's the 20%?
Yeah.
If you feel 80%, what's the 20%?
Yeah.
And she said, it's actually just testing to see if I can maintain my bladder control. It wasn't even really anything to do with the function.
Okay.
It was like now testing the real life scenario.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, okay. So, I mean, clinically in my mind, I'm like, so you're farther than 80%.
Yeah.
because
now you're just maintaining.
Now you're just maintaining.
Yeah.
Now you're just like, I can't administer the real life scenario.
Right.
Practice.
You just have to apply it in that scenario.
Exactly. So I'm like, you're closer to like 90%.
Yeah.
But I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But in my head. So at that point, then it's like, okay, great. So now we're going to push 3 weeks to a month. So I saw her this week, where this is last week in August. So I was like, okay, our next visit is going to be the end of September.
Okay.
And I'm going to update your exercises in the app so you have them. They'll be consistent throughout. I'm going to assign them every day until I see you next. And that will give you the realistic exercise progression. So it's more of a habit. But we're going to do 2 things. We're going to see, are you actually doing them?
Yeah.
Like for yourself, not for me, because you're not going to see me for 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then 2, for that real life scenario, if you're going to be living your life with your baby and your toddler and your husband, do you have episodes? If something happens before our scheduled appointment, just text me and say, oh, we went on this long walk and I didn't have leakage. Great.
Yeah.
Stay on the same track.
Yep.
Or I had 2 really rough days.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure why.
Okay.
I'm still doing the exercises. And I'd say, okay, I'll see you next week at this time. You know what I mean? Like, we'll move it up.
Got it.
But it's that type of on and off that is real life scenario, instead of just being like, okay, you're 80% better. Bye.
So if you...
I bless you as you leave.
Compared to like a brand new patient.
Yeah.
Mom, let's say.
Yeah.
Pregnant or postpartum.
Yeah. And this lady was postpartum, but I guess it could have been either. But yeah.
So if they're a brand new patient versus like they've been seeing you for a little while now, maybe 6 months or something like that. What's the difference between a brand new patient with the same condition versus someone who's
so we
been
can take
with you?
urinary leakage, because that's a pretty common one.
Yep.
So in that like first week or 2 weeks, so we would have gone through a virtual subjective, which on my end, clinically, the client doesn't care about that, but that conversation, like you do these as well, that conversation in my mind is designed.
You're talking about the consultation over the phone?
It's designed to be like, this is a conversation where you ask me questions about, what does a visit look like?
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah.
All the basic questions.
The basic stuff.
Yeah.
Clarifying that I'm coming to your home. Clarifying, because sometimes even though it's on my website and I talk about it.
Oh, do people think that they're going
sometimes
to an office?
Don't, yeah. So always clarifying.
Yep.
And people are like, why do you need that then? Like, why do you need the call? And I'm like, because, humans are humans.
Yeah.
It's just way easier to get all of that out.
Yep, out of the way.
So that when I see you,
you get straight to
we
work.
can go to it.
Love
right?
it. Yeah.
So that's the new patient conversation that we have. We also go over pricing because I want to have that conversation outside of transparency and outside of like
the actual work.
Because then we're not
makes sense
worrying about that awkward conversation when I see you in real life.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of the better things I think about the amount of tech that has come into health.
Agreed.
Is if you can use it the way that we're using it to be efficient versus just being like, no, that's old way of doing
I also felt really, really good about when I started like posting, even in my old office. My first office, I didn't do it as much because I was sharing an office.
Sure.
but like posting a menu of things that I do, right? And the prices, it's just like in your face.
Yeah.
It's posted.
Yeah.
There's no, like, it's not going to be like one price one day and another price another day. Like, it is what it is. It's listed.
Yeah.
And I felt good about it because of the transparency.
Yep. And the clarity of that.
But I mean, like, and then the second office that I had, it was like, when you check in, you see the services. And that was kind of cool because then there are patients who are like, oh, I didn't know Dr. Rhee could do that.
Exactly.
Right? Or
yes.
Right. So I wonder, because you travel from home to home, how do you present that?
So that is, I mean, that also, I didn't have a travel radius fee for the first 2.5 years. This is going to be year 3. Where
is it year 3 as your
I was thinking
own
about
practice?
This. So like
20.
So I just did this week. I was looking at it, and so it was February 21 is when I left maternity.
2021.
Leave.
Okay.
Is when I left maternity leave.
Okay.
And I decided to open a practice. So I usually use like March of 21 as my
marker
anniversary or whatever. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. So I guess it's
4 years.
4 years of as of this March. So I didn't have a radius fee for a long time.
I think that's really smart that you did that.
Which was a mindset thing. That's a whole other.
Yeah.
And so now I do that. And so even part of that conversation for that new client is, okay, what area of town are you in? If someone says Summerlin, like near Red Rock, I'm like, okay, I can know that calculation is between 1 and 15 miles from here, from H quarters. If they're in Aliante, I'm like, okay, I'm going to double check that address just so I know where we're.
Do you kind of base it off of?
So I base it
this office.
location? So I base it off of this office location because this isn't the only consistent headquarters central that I have.
You had a room here before.
Yeah, like it just makes the most sense. I think also I know I live not way far from here, but
you're more south.
From like Sky Canyon, from like I said, Aliante. So I don't think it's really necessarily fair to
because it's very central here, like going north and then like east. I've noticed. Again, I'm still learning all of I'm so in my bubble of like literally 5-minute bubble from my apartment to the office. Yeah. So anything outside, I have to like look at a map and learn.
That's how because I've always done a level of in-home care, if it was through an agency or through myself. And that's how I've always said it's the easiest way to learn the city. I mean, it helps that I like that. Yeah. But I've always been like, I have a way better, because I'm always thinking about like, what is this next to?
How far have you gone to see a patient?
I think the farthest I've gone has been like 40 minutes. That's without traffic.
Okay. Where's that at then?
That's like all the way up. Not to Mount Charleston exit, but it's like the housing. It's like Sky Canyon, like the top end, the north end of Sky Canyon, because you're getting close to Mount Charleston. Yeah. And then the farthest out east is
like Boulder City.
Not as far as Boulder City.
Far as I think I've gone.
It's like before you get to the turn, it's like Horizon.
I don't even know where
that is. Water Street.
Okay.
Water Street, Cadence, like that far east.
Do you have a limit of your radius?
Yes.
Okay.
Technically.
Tell us.
25 miles.
Okay.
25 miles. Because it usually works out to being like 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Got it.
That's my limit at this point.
Okay.
So the radius fee that I just go over, I say, where are you? Like, where around about are you located? And if it's a place that I can't like mentally calculate, I'll say, let me just double check your address so I can quote you the price really fast. And so that conversation happens then, like we said, because then if they're not ready to go for it, we don't have to travel anywhere. We don't have to go through all this. That's okay. And then at that point, their appointment is set for in their home. And I bring a treatment table, linen, and whatever tools that I might need. So if it's like internal vaginal exam, would be gloves, lubricant, and other like testing things, or most things I don't really need a ton of. tools other than gloves, to be quite honest.
But you always bring a table then?
I always bring a table. If it's a baby, I typically don't, because we're typically on the floor.
Yeah.
But if it's an adult, I almost always bring a table.
Okay.
Unless they have like a gym in their garage.
Set up or something.
Or they have some kind of something, then I'll ask. And I have had a small percentage, but I have had patients who have a table in their house already.
Oh.
Which is great.
Like examining.
Yeah, like the table that I would bring. Yeah. I'm like,
okay.
That's awesome. But it's rare.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love for that to be.
For every home?
Everybody. But.
What made you do, well, actually, before I ask that question then, what do you do during your travel time?
This is the most exciting question.
Are you singing your
I'm
heart
singing
off,
my heart
or...
out. I'm using vocal breath work. No, I will listen to a lot of music.
Yeah.
I mostly listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
Or I will document via AI Scribe. If I'm like really on my game, I'll do it in between, or if I wait until the end of the day, and I'll just do it on the drive, like on the way to pick up whatever child I'm picking up. I'll just
and thank you for introducing that to me, because
the AI
saved
Scribe.
me an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours every night.
I love that. Yay. It really is.
It makes a big difference.
So helpful.
We should tag Jane App.
We should tag Jane. We could do an EMR. There's so many business topics that would be fun for us to talk about.
Do you think our patient or our audience would want really to hear that though? So I'm kind of, what do you want to hear? That is the question.
If they said, we want to know more, then I would love to do it. Right. We could do like an espresso shot, like a shot, like a, make it like, this is
I like it.
Just a shorty version.
Like a espresso series.
Yeah, like just the basics.
And that's going to be our business series. Okay.
Yeah, we could do that.
I don't need it at all.
On the theme of
I like it.
Coffee and caffeine or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So I listen to a lot of podcasts. Sometimes I sit quietly.
I like that too.
When I'm forcing myself to sit quietly.
Do you think that's hard for you?
Yeah.
Because you're in a house with three
very
boys,
active people. Yeah. I used to be the person who would have like the TV on in the background, because in my house as a kid, that was a lot of. We would either have that or we would have music. If we didn't have the TV on, we'd have the radio on or something. So I grew up in a house with other kids, like my siblings, and that. So I think that's hard. But as I have gotten older, and like you said, with the family dynamics of my own house,
but you're also immersing yourself in other people's family environment as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm just wondering, like,
absolutely,
you don't have an off moment.
So, and I think on those days where it's either like a lot of visits or it's like maybe a lot of like very dynamic families or something like that, I will tend to have more quiet time in that time. Okay. And sometimes if I'm like just listening to a lot of podcasts where it's like they just keep saying like take time, stop consuming, and just take time to reflect.
Silent driving.
And then I'll be like, okay, I hear you.
Yeah, but I can't.
And then I'll do it like the next
Got it.
time.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. And I don't mind being in the car. I think some people.
Yeah, you like the driving.
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's your solo time too, I feel
like. It really is.
Yeah, because you got two little boys. Yeah.
And I think since I started out that way with early intervention in Seattle, I think it either would have been like I loved it or I hated it. I think it would have been pretty early on because I didn't have kids at that time.
Right.
So I didn't necessarily even need the escapism at that point.
Right.
But I would have either liked it or because a lot of my PT colleagues are like, there's no way I could do that.
I have one more question.
Okay.
What inspired you to do a mobile PT practice? Why mobile?
Yeah.
Not like a conventional, let's open up an office.
Like a brick and mortar. Yeah. So brick and mortar was probably the biggest difference was that early intervention job and being in a clinic as a young PT, as a new PT, and being like, I don't think like this is what I'm told that I'm supposed to like, but I actually don't think that I like
the conventional
model.
Okay.
And then going through the early intervention model and being like, oh, this is way more of what I think I would like.
Okay.
And also, I think over time, a lot of people, realistically, a lot of people are like, they kind of feel like they get bypassed in a traditional model because so much of what you're seeing is like one-sided. So you only see.
Oh, you're like pigeonholed into.
Yeah, if
like
you're coming into that PT office, it's like you're really only going to be seeing like what they tell you, what they're comfortable with. And if you go into their home, they will still obviously consent to everything. They're only going to tell you what they're comfortable with, but they might tell you a little bit more.
Yeah.
They might think about, oh, this is a tool that I already have at my house, a resource to use. Especially in the early newborn baby time, when a lot of moms are used to being out for work, out in the community, and then they kind of are like, I want to stay home and be at my home. They're more likely to explain and have those conversations with you because they're already in a comfortable space. Those are the biggest things I would say, is like really feeling like people get heard on what they want out of the plan of care.
Makes sense.
Is
there anything else you want to share about your practice before we wrap it up?
I don't think so. I think the person that inspired me was my OB back in Seattle that I had with my first son, who was our OB in our family practice. So she saw me and my son, so saw me during pregnancy and then saw us afterwards. And I would say that was the person who like actually really put it in front of my face that you can see these two populations with the same provider without having a separation.
In a mobile setting or just
no,
like
she was in office.
Okay, so got it.
She was in office, but experiencing that was like, she was great, but experiencing that was like very annoying. So I'm like, why can't you just make this easier for me?
Okay.
So it was like, oh, this is what I want. And then trying it out in that. So like taking those two things and putting them together. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right. Do you feel like that was a clear representation of your practice? What we shared?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
I think so. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing.
Well, thanks for asking.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And we will see you guys next time
on our next episode.
Okay.
Should we cheers again?
Sure.
Yeah.
Quick.